Hello, creatives. Welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth, and this is a daily pick a card and birthday reading for June 26. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a 4 of clubs. If you were born before sunrise, you are yesterday's card, which was a 5 of clubs. So I'm going to read each card individually and then all together for the collective. We'll talk about a 4 of clubs energy because that's the umbrella that we are all tapping into today. Then we're going to read a special birthday message for you, 4 of clubs. This is your solar year cards. They're here for you to heighten your manifesting abilities for the year. So let's take a look at card number 1. If you picked this card, you got the Jack of Hearts. So the Jack of Hearts is this fast-paced energy where you're going to tap into something really nice emotionally. You've got this connection with that ace that it encompasses, and you're going to be able to be given the idea of how to really take advantage of that ace, that new yumminess that comes your way today. It's this peaceful change. It can be this new lovely sense of security. And whatever it is that you're bumping up against, you're going to see how you can take advantage of that and start putting it to good use for yourself. That's that Mars action of the 3s. We're talking about being super creative with this card. It is the card that really is a very fast-paced, creative energy at its best. A bit of a messenger. And the thing about the Jacks is that it runs pretty deep, but it's also got this childlike energy and curiosity around it. You should just have a really super lovely creative day with this energy. It's also got that Uranus energy. So look to your Uranus spots in your chart and see if it doesn't give you a little bit more as to how you could make the most of that placement with this energy. All right, card number 2. We've got the 5 of clubs. This is you working through it, just in the joy, that Jupiter joy that the 5 has for a connotation in the day of the week is Thursday. It is you just really finding what nuggets you can glean through, what doesn't work, right? There's always a takeaway with the 5s. And finding out what really does work, you get that much closer. We're looking at those intellectual pursuits. It was yesterday's card, so you might want to go back and watch that video too. It is very interesting in that it's a working card. It is a lot of work, but there's joy in it. And there is that connotation of the judgment that is the black suit 5s, but it's all done with quite a lot of joy. It's in the upright position, so it's all good. It's you making better choices and editing and, everything that the 5s do best. And it's all about figuring out what you need in order to grow your soul to a better, more well-rounded, educated club suit version of you, going out there and finding what pieces are missing. You'll see that and you'll know what you need to learn next and you'll be able to find it. Great card for that. Card number 3 is a reversal. It is a 6 of spades. So reversals are a heads up about what kind of energy you might bounce into today, or might come bouncing around the corner, and let's have it be bouncing off you, right? Not and sticking on whatever sent it your way, because that is a heads up that's a possibility. Six of Spades is ordinarily one of the most healthiest cards, if not the healthiest cards in the deck, when it's in the upright position. So we're looking at remedies and cures of what ails us mentally and physically. So maybe we weren't taking such good care of ourselves over the weekend. Maybe we're feeling a little hungover from whatever we got into and overindulged perhaps. Or, it could just be something of being taking something for granted. We're looking at the spades on a club day. So we're going to be thinking about it. We're going to be in the spades of feeling stymied, or not feeling up to par, or, being agitated, if we're doing that into the mental part of it, being resentful and finding stress and confused, that kind of thing. So what are we going to do to really help us just get out of behaving in that lower vibe, right? We're going to realize that our own destiny is in our own hands. We've got the perfect day to ground and understand that we have to account for our accountability. Not an easy thing to do sometimes, especially when you're not feeling very well, or you're irritated, you're not in the best mood or in the best place. But that's okay, because that is a mirrored part of you. That is you seeing who you are and staying as much as you can into the higher vibes, so that you can take it on with a maturity that is necessary and is being called on. What you want at the end of the day, after any blow-ups or upsets or feeling gross about whatever, if you do the right thing eventually that day, even if you have to go back and apologize or take ownership for something, or even just for your own self, like, oh man, I wished I hadn't done that. From now on, I'm going to, behave in this new improved manner. That is your takeaway. That is ideally when you get at the end of the day, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I eventually did do the right thing. I can feel good about that. Or I can feel good about acknowledging it and understanding that that was something that needed to change, and I will do the changing. It's that kind of thing, and make better choices the next time. So that's what it is for a reversal. It is a timely delivery of something that needs to be brought to your attention, or all of our attention, when we read this as a collective, and know that it is in our hands to do the right thing by it, and therefore we become a better version of who we are at our soul level, because the sixes are all about staying out of the ego trappings and feeding the soul. So we need to do the right thing for us as well as for everyone else. And by doing the right thing for everyone else, we are actually doing the right thing for us. All right, there you have it on this Four of Clubs day. So let's talk about that, and then what this really means as a collective. So the Four of Clubs is this really lovely stability in its highest vibration. It is intellectually grounded in knowing because it's got the Hierophant connotations from the major arcana as well. Just really secure in hearing the divine. It is like it is just with you. It's a part of you. It's not something you have to stress about or conjure. It is just available. And yeah, so it lends this nice grounded stability to whatever you want to do. It's usually related around the business end of things, but even in that, you can be creative. You can realize what you need that is best for you and your career by understanding what kind of body of work you want to put your energy into. It's that kind of acknowledgement for the Four of Clubs. On the shadow side of it, you can just exhaust yourself with it. You can feel really stubborn and be kind of treading slowly, slogging along. It's not a fast-paced energy. However, we are also in that first decan Cancer. So it can get really sloggy with the emotions and the pity parties and, you know, all of the guilty. Everything is just heavier and more weighty. And, you know, you're like trying to break the surface of the doom and gloom, and it's really hard to do it because of that double moon energy and that intuitive, empathetic energy that is of this 10-day period where we're halfway through, and it is that kind of energy that could really kind of latch onto you today and drag you down with it, and really want to feed that self-pity part of the ego that's just really not going to serve you very well. So you've gotten the heads up. You understand it is a mirrored part of you that is being timely delivered by the divine, and you are ready for it or it wouldn't be here. So do your best with it and you'll be fine. And yeah, it's all good. You can ask for help with the clarity and the balance around that, and you'll receive it. They love it when you acknowledge that they've sent you a calling card and you're ready to deal with it. You say, okay, let's do this with the highest intentions and with deep gratitude for having it been brought to your attention. Okay. All right. So let's read this as a whole, because we've got a lot of busy work here, and the trappings of which could be very egotistical and unhealthy. So we've got this Jack of Hearts, fast-paced, emotional, right? I just got done talking about that, how deep and sloggy it could get on a 4 of Clubs day. So you're going to want to try to keep it light. Understand that if something does come your way, that your job is to pull the thread on it and to understand why you're hanging on to things that need to be let go of. You know, there's this new emotional opportunity, that's security, but not with a weight, an anchor to it. We want to keep it in that lighter, emotional, light-hearted vibe that the young energy of the Jacks can supply for us, because that's where we'll find that connection of how to take it forward in a new, fun, light-hearted way. So if something comes bouncing around the corner, some of that sloggy energy, just ask your daimons to cloak you in that wall of protection and have it bounce right back from where it came. Best way to do it. And, you know, we might have a little bit of trial and error in getting where we need to go today, but we are going to be able to glean a lot from it. So it's that depth of creativity. It's finding our way with the joy of the Jupiter energy and knowing that we're just going to need to rethink things and find a new version of what we hold near and dear and significant, right? This is a part of our journey. So we're tapping into that intuitive, intellectual decision making about our emotions. Whew. All right, there we have it. Happy birthday, Four of Clubs. Let's take a look at what you got for your creativity oracle. Recycle from the past, learn from the past, and apply it to creating your vision of the future. Yeah, you know, that is just, again, making lemonade out of lemons and learning from whatever the day holds, right? At the end of the day, you can, again, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I've learned this about myself today. And every time you acknowledge something like that, every time you get out of your lower vibe and embrace something about yourself that you can nourish and have that grow into something better than, you know, take this Five of Clubs energy and apply it to that, because the more you work it through, the more you investigate and do the research on it, do the hard work, the labor, even though that's something that you do, it is that revisiting that really is going to be where you find your juiciest nuggets. And in that, with all that self-knowledge that you're gathering, it's just going to empower you with the creative energy that you need to tap into when it comes time to manifest. So you've got the Three of Diamonds. So this is all about recognizing what is of value, because when you go to really, you know, make your list of pros and cons, you are going to put what you value on that list and visit each and every one of them. Whatever you can let go, you know, bits and pieces, however much of it, and rework it into something that's going to serve you better, the better off you're going to be. That is where you're going to find your energy. It looks like you've got your work cut out for you here. This is a little bit of really digging deep, although it could come to you quite easily once you've opened to it. Once you really acknowledge that it is for the betterment of you, for what you do, your art. We're talking diamond suit here. This is skills and talents and resources, financial ability, how you value, what you do with it, right? Out with the old and in with the new. As far as the three is concerned, it's Mars energy. And we're looking at temperance energy. So that is finding that value of a balance within, that harmony that temperance can bring. It's all about a deeper truth of you and how you hold value, even about yourself. There you have it. That is where you're going to find your juice. Okay, let's see what you get for the Wishcraft card. Looks like a unicorn with some fairies. Sweet. Be an animal. I share my world with animals, which, what is that word? Which something... Oh, which have all kinds of strengths. It just was really obscure. I was looking at it as a bee. Base? Okay, I share my world with animals which have all kinds of strengths. Interesting, because the strength card is the black threes. And here you are, a 4, you've got a 5. It is all in that embracing where you've been and how you're going to do that upgrade. And animals can teach us so many things. You could pull, get yourself an animal deck, like sacred animals, and they could really give you something to contemplate every day from whatever animal you pull from the deck. Be a really lovely way to filter down through what values you hold. And every time you do that, like I said, that's going to give you the juice to put forth into your manifesting, so that when you're ready to do the asking, ready to receive, you've got the juice, the energy to just give it the buoyancy that it needs, and send it off to source. Yes, they will bring it back in just the way you need it. All right, well, happy birthday, 4 of Clubs. I hope you have an extraordinary year, and carpe diem, everyone. Do it with kindness and do it with curiosity. And as always, happy creating.